And welcome back, YouTube. So that actually was a great Circle K experience. They are out of 32 ounce cups. That's a big shortage. I don't know if it's nationwide or Phoenix or what, but Circle K does not have 32 ounce cups. I had one of the refillable ones in my back seat. The 32 ounce, the regular 32 ounce lids, which they do have in stock, fit this pretty darn well. So way better than the Froster ones, although now it seems to want to pop up. Anyway, I just when I realized I didn't have them, I asked one of the cashiers, like, hey, I've got one of the refillable ones. Is it cool if I wash it in your sink here and I use it? And he was totally cool with it. So, which I don't know. So I don't even know what their policy is currently at this time, but I know for quite some time. Oh wow! Somebody hit that street sign and messed it up. For quite some time, they had signs up, saying no refillable cups at the fountain due to COVID, because everything's due to COVID, right? But I don't know what the policy is now. I didn't see any signs saying that, but the guy was, usually when I'm using a refillable one, it's kind of on me to wash it, and it was in the back of my car, but it was kind of dirty. And he was cool about letting me use the sink, so yay, I got my due. It's gonna be a good day. Anyway, I am headed to Packard Store.
I'm Jim Sharp along with Jamie West.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning. A school board in Tempe got about as close as you could get to a mask mandate.
Tuesday morning.
The level of misinformation that continues to spread is detrimental to all of our students.
Some changes were made. That story and more team coverage of the pandemic in Arizona coming up.
Also, just ahead, after we get a look at traffic with Detour Dan, of course, it is a wet morning across
7:30 Tuesday morning.
How long it'll stick around.
Now, our top story.
What's the top story? Let's listen in.
Coronavirus in Arizona.
KTAR Eyes on Education. There will be no mask mandate just yet in the Tempe Union High School District, but the board has beefed up the language from supports to expects face masks for staff and students. KTAR's Jim Cross is live with more.
They've beefed up the language.
Last night's Tempe Union Governing Board meeting.
Somebody cue up George Carlin.
He's frustrated with what he calls a constant theme, misinformation surrounding this virus.
So in order for us to have a successful year from here on out, please, please, please wear a mask. Please get vaccinated if you're eligible. Y'all are tired. We are too. Let's get past this.
As of right now.
Man, I sure hope that being in the background of this video doesn't trigger the algorithm on YouTube, because there's a lot of censorship surrounding that kind of stuff on YouTube right now. And mine is not a channel that is about that. It's really not. But the algorithm listens for keywords. It doesn't really understand who does what. Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I got my morning soda. That's 7:30. I am usually sound asleep in bed at this time of day, but as I mentioned in my last video, I do believe I'm going through a bit of a manic phase right now, and there is somebody camping in a tent in that park right there. Hey, if that was a park in LA, there'd probably be 40 people camping in it. Anyway,
will really help schools do just that and keep kids in school.
Yeah, so I thought it's reasonably cool outside. It's a little bit on the wet side. Since it's reasonably cool outside, especially for August, I figured I should head down to Packard Store and do a little organizing. Currently, I have 4 storage units. There's one thing I'm definitely spending more money on than I should in my current financial situation. It's storage for crap I'm hoarding. So, I mean, and I'm included, some video. A lot of that stuff's pretty worthwhile stuff, especially for my karaoke business and but yeah, a lot of it is just. I had a conversation with somebody at Kitty's Cocktails last night about it, and he said he at this point everything he owns fits in his pickup truck. And I've chatted with this guy before. He used to be a regular over at Castaways. In fact, he seemed kind of surprised that I wasn't there anymore. He was kind of surprised, like, man, you rocked that. You got that crowd going when it was a good night over there. I'm like, yeah, thank you. And, that's one thing. Like, I've been DJing in the local bars here for so long that I really can't walk into a bar, especially in this part of town, without running into people that know me from that. And I don't know his name, I don't remember his name, but I recognize him for sure. And he, anyway, we sat there and chatted for quite a while. He's a bar stool over from me, and he mentioned, so anyway, I told him kind of how much stuff I had, and he's just like, why? And I'm like, well, I collect it. Which, wow, what a hoarder answer is that? And I do legitimately collect it. Is that a bad thing? I mean, I guess it is when you're, financially struggling and paying for, four storage units to store it all. That is a bit of a problem. I can admit that, but but I mean, Jay Leno collects cars. How many cars does one man need, right? And granted, I'm not exactly in, Jay Leno's income bracket, but I don't think audio video components is such an unusual thing to collect. And as I've mentioned before, I'm a pretty active Redditor, and one of the subreddits that I'm regularly in is r// I'm forgetting the name of it. Wow, I suck. I think it's Vintage Audio, and I can't remember if that's Vintage Audio with an underscore or not. Bad Redditor. It's saved in my profile. I don't even think about it anymore. It just shows up in my feed, or sometimes I browse it by itself. But anyway, love the vintage audio subreddit, and there are a lot of guys like me, and a handful of women like me that just collect components, and just can't help it. It doesn't matter how many components they got sitting in their garage. Like, if they swing by a yard sale and there's a 1970s Techniques receiver there, they're buying it. And there's always like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna flip them. It's like, yeah, I flip some sometimes. I'd be honest, I'd love to flip more of them. I would like to flip more of them, but I'm not really good at it. I'm really good at hoarding them. I'm okay at fixing them. Not great, but I'm okay at fixing them. I'm really good at testing them and diagnosing them and just simply cleaning them up. I'm really good at hooking them up and using them. But actually, some guy working on them. That's neat. I think that is a new neighbor over there. Anyway, I'm not so good at selling them. I talk to people about it all the time, and I have out in the car. I'll hand out my karaoke card. I'll tell them, hey, you ever need, you need this or need that. I got some great stuff I'll hook you up with. But then again, the Tony, the older woman that I've been talking about quite a bit lately, she hit me up for a Blu-ray player, and I still haven't got that handled. So that's actually one of the things I'm kind of trying to work on here. So on that note, I think I'm going to wrap this up so I can be a little more productive, rather than just sitting in the car talking to myself and putting it out to the world via the tube. But they're talking about thunderstorms today. Hopefully it doesn't get too much worse than the little bit of rain that we're getting right now, because I can be productive in my storage unit with it being like this. I'm not gonna want to step outside and crush cans, but I could certainly do some organizing and stuff. I did bring a box of just random CDs from home over here because it's to the point where I just got too many damn CDs at home, and it's not really straightening up my apartment, but baby steps, right? Oh my God, they are talking about
the movie
Bitcoin.
chain Giant will also use Apple Pay and Google Pay for those who buy tickets online. I do have a question here. I think Bitcoin's right at about $45,000 a coin right now. Is that how much it costs to go to the movies? Or okay, you just use a percentage of your Bitcoin. All right, I gotcha. On Wall Street right now.
Do people honestly think that's how crypto works? I'm gonna vlog about the crypto thing. I'm gonna talk about the crypto thing. I got some crypto. I will tell you this: I do not have a Bitcoin, and for that matter, only as far as what I put into it money wise, I don't think that's where it's at now. But when I started, only 1/3 of my crypto is Bitcoin. And I've had it for a while, and I'm more or less breaking even right now. I'm not one of those persons that got rich off of it last year, but I'm optimistic. And sometimes I forget that's there. So it's crossing my fingers that might actually pay. I might need to pull that out and maybe pay my rent with it next month. So anyway, yeah, I'm wasting time talking to myself. It's time to be productive. I'll be back with some more vlogging today. It's kind of fun sharing my life like that. So thanks for coming along for the ride.